Hello everyone, this is Jay Malik. Welcome to the Pivotier Launch and Learn session focusing on Pivotier Express Plus. Our Launch and Learn sessions are designed to compactly deliver information within a 30-minute period. So we won't have time to take questions during the session since we have a lot of content to share. But please be aware that you can email to sales@pivotier.com, and we'll be happy to respond to any questions you have. Pivotier Express Plus is a product that we've added to the Pivotier suite of reporting tools. So the reporting tools consist of Pivotier Biz, which is designed for end users to build their own ad hoc and financial reports. Pivotier IT, which is a tool for developers to use Visual Studio, something that's already owned by people who bought Microsoft SQL Server as a tool for building complex program reports and replacing the Seaside Report Designer. Pivotier Web takes all existing reports that are built in Pivotier in Biz or IT and allows you to share them with non-attached employees across your enterprise using SQL Server reporting services. The a la carte products that you can add in addition to the Pivotier suite of reporting tools for designing reports include Pivotier RT Runtime, which allows users in remote locations or maybe smaller customers to run reports that have been built by their partner or by a centralized IT organization without having the ability to design or modify those reports. Pivotier Express Plus is similar to Pivotier RT in that you have the ability to run reports only without the ability to perform complex modifications to those reports, except the difference being these reports are going to be built and delivered by Centerline software as a complete report package to replace and augment your base NAV reporting. So there's many reports here, for example, an age accounts receivable report that you have in the base product, but we feel using the later technologies that we deliver more capability, and that's a report you could replace. And then we have a whole bunch of sales, purchasing, and other reports which provide information in a more compact, concise manner compared to a lot of base reports, and those should be reports that improve your ability to get information out of your NAV implementation. After we released Express Plus, we are planning to release Pivotier 2 Go, which is an iPad-based application to allow mobile users to download and refresh report content using the iPad across the internet or through 3G. Express Plus delivers the NAV reports that lots of customers and partners have been waiting for. NAV is very rich in reporting, but a lot of these reports were built 15 to 20 years ago and really haven't been modernized or improved over time. So Pivotier Express Plus focused on taking the richness of your NAV implementation and bringing the reports up to date, both from a technology perspective, from a data visualization perspective, and also just from a pure cleanliness of design. Ron will be showing a bunch of different report types to give you an idea of the different report styles that we're building. So you'll have a much better feel as you look at the content of the reports. Again, to remind everyone, you can run these modernized reports in either the classic or the role-tailored client user experience. So you do not have to be upgraded to the latest role-tailored client to get the benefit of the most modern Microsoft reporting technologies. One of the innovations we made is we've categorized your GL accounts so that the system will now be aware of the specific type an account is, whether it's a cash account or receivable account, by a setup definition. This way we can actually pull data. So for example, when we're doing ratio calculations, we know what the current assets are in the system, and we also use that for quick formatting to produce out-of-the-box financial reports. And Ron will be showing you that in a little bit here. Our reports are faster than base NAV reports by a factor of 10 to 30 times because of our use of pure transact SQL to go access the data from your SQL Server database. So that's the way Microsoft intended data to be read from a SQL Server database. So you can be assured that Pivotier reports are the very fastest ways to get at your data in a real-time manner. All reports will have sortable data columns and standard Pivotier capabilities to publish to Excel, Word, PDF, send via email, and also to publish reports to the web using SQL Server reporting services, in which case you do have to license the Pivotier web product. Ron will be spending some time showing you how the GL account category code is used in the system, but it does allow us to produce out-of-the-box financials. We deliver the category types for discrete definition of what the nature of a GL account really is, and you'll be seeing that. The other benefit of this is this allows 100% accurate sales reporting from your customer side, because as most of you may be aware who use NAV already, your sales reports for customers come from your customer ledger, and a customer ledger could have, for example, a $500 revenue credit, and then it could have a $100 maintenance deferred revenue entry, meaning the total of the invoice is $600, but it's only $500 of revenue. Our customer reports will assure you that the revenue you produce against your customer sales data ties 100% to your general ledger. In addition to that, we use the latest technologies, and again, Ron will be showing you what that means, because what that means is we can do a lot better data visualization and provide you more improved and competitive report content in terms of what you see when you run a report. Okay, enough yak from me. I'm going to hand over to Ron, and Ron's going to take you through a tour showing you some cool new reporting concepts and content in the system.
Okay, well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. And so again, just a quick introduction, Ron Summers here, and really excited about what we have to show you today with Pivotier Express Plus. We put a lot of work into it, and we can see a lot of benefit already in the marketplace and how it's going to be out there. So as we look at Pivotier Express Plus, what we're going to see here is we've broken down the reports into these main report styles that we will see here. As Jay talked about, we have 75 plus reports that we're going to give you as a report pack through the Express Plus product that is easy for you to take. You just take and install and just import these reports right in, and then they run out of the box. They're designed just to run straight out of the box for you. You don't have to do any modifications to them or anything. You'll be able to run them and get all the information that we're going to show you today. So one of the first things we started looking at is, and it's a really big topic right now, is easy dashboards. The dashboards give you a visualization and summarizes it visually for you, and all the data can come from multiple areas in the system. So when we started building these Pivotier Express Plus reports, we started with that. So we're going to jump over here to the Classic client. We're going to do the demo today in the Classic client, just to illustrate that you can get these reports today in the Classic client or the role-tailored client. So what we do today, we can do in the role-tailored client as well. Or I can be clear back on a version 4 database, and we will still be able to run any of these reports that we see today. So if we open up my Pivotier reports here, we're going to see a list of all the reports that we're putting out there. You know, we already have a list of these reports out on our fact sheet that you'll be able to see on our website in just a minute. So looking at this report, we have this whole list of reports that we're putting out here, and one of the main things that we've done with this new update is we've categorized the reports for you into report categories so you can easily get at the type of report that you're looking to find. So I can come down through here and we'll see all the different reports we have here by report categories that we have out here. So we're going to look at just a small subset of these reports today for today's seminar, and we'll look at these reports as we go through here. So let's talk about easy dashboards as we started. So let's go ahead and take a look at this report and illustrate what we're talking about in easy dashboards. We're going to have a whole bunch of dashboard style reports that will put these reports out here for you to use and see within your system. So if we take a look at this, we notice that we're able to pull the data from 4 separate distinct locations. So here's our top 10 customers, sales-related data. Here's all of our opportunities, so we can see, where we need to go to maybe get some of our sales information or sales closed. Here's our top 10 items that sell. Here's our hot selling items, anything that happens. And then here's our sales by category, so you can see really by GL category is what this is, so we can really see where all our revenue is coming from and what's our biggest revenue producer. So these are easy dashboards, as we say. They come right out of the box. You can install them and run these reports just right as soon as you install it, and you'll be able to get all this information and have it right at your fingertips to make better, more informed decisions within your organization. So if we take a look at the next type of main report style we're looking at listing style reports. And these are just listing style reports and just basically extracting the data out in a meaningful form. And we've added a lot more functionality than just basic listing reports. So if we look at one of these listing reports, we have this customer balance listing report. And again, it lists all the customers and their balances, but we've even taken it a step further, and we've added visualization to all these, so then you can still get that dashboard style. And just at a quick glance, I know exactly who my top 20 customers, the top 10 states, and top 10 cities, so I know where all my sales are coming from, and I can get at this information, again, make more meaningful and informed decisions. And the listing reports, again, are even very powerful in the fact that they're all sortable. So as soon as this column comes out here, I can sort it in these columns that I want on the fly. But then we added KPI indicators that will allow you to, at a quick glance, visually draw your eye to, hey, what balances are good, what's bad, what we need to address within our organization. So we have a whole bunch of listing style reports that the user will be able to get out here and have all this great information at their fingertips. So the next main report style we're looking at here is, to me, a really exciting one. This is one that really brings our data to life, and it really shows me what I'm doing within my organization. And we have a lot of comparative type reports. And the comparative reports is just compares current period data for whatever period you specify for the current period, and then compares it against what you did in the previous year. So if we take a look at those type of reports, we're going to look at this customers by salesperson report, and this one will show you all the revenue by customer by salesperson, by customer within salesperson, excuse me. And what's really important about this one is Jay kind of intimated to this just briefly when he talked about the GL account categories. This is a true revenue report because it reports off revenue out of your GL and your chart of accounts. So it's not just so that it's true revenue reporting that we have out here. So we're going to run this for the month of January. And our data gets dumped out right here. So this is for our current period for the month of January. That's that same period in the prior year. Then we have the variance and the variance percentage. And then we have all the year-to-date information to see how we're doing as the year-to-date goes along. But again, we didn't just stop at those simple listing reports. We added the visualization up above. So at a quick glance, I can look just at the very top of this report and get a lot of information out of here and just say, okay, here's my top 10 customers for this period, and here's all my salespeople and what their amounts are for this current period as well. Okay, very powerful, and it's going to give us a whole lot of information and give us the information quickly and easily at our fingertips that I can address and make some quick decisions on. Again, comparative reports brings the data to life and really shows you really what's going on in your business. Now we have a lot of different comparative reports. If we take a quick look here, we're going to see all different types of comparisons we can do. As we see here, customers by salesperson, we do it by dimension, by territory, and then we've actually got them all in all the other areas. But comparative reports shows all that data versus prior periods and stuff like that. Okay, so trend reports. We're getting into the trend reports. Trend reports, we're going to go ahead and run this one to show what we're talking. So we're going to run this for a whole year at a time. And so what we see here is the trend report. that takes that data and splits it out by month across the year. Okay, so we can see really how that data is trending across the whole year. Okay, and this is very similar data than we run just a minute ago. That customer by salesperson. This again is a customer by salesperson trend analysis. So that same grouping happens, but it's trended out the whole year, so I can see what happened by all my customers and my salespeople data throughout the whole year. So if we look just above here, we'll see again the visualization that brings to life the data from a visual aspect that I can see, okay, here's how all my salespeople trended throughout the year, and here's how my top 10 customers trended through the year, so I can see what's going on. And just by visually looking at this, I see a bump right here in July. So then I can say, hey, you know, something happened in July where we both, our salespeople and our customers, you know, all the revenue shot up. So maybe we can take a look at what happened in July that actually made those revenues jump up for us and actually helped us within the business there. Okay, so again, we have a lot of different trend analysis. So we can go into the purchasing side, inventory side, all sorts of areas where we'll be able to see that trend and all that information. Just real quick, I wanted to show you from the purchasing side a comparative report. It's very similar to the customer side, but this actually comes from the purchasing side, so we can see, you know, basically our vendor by GL accounts, our expense accounts that we're seeing, you know, where all the purchasing is happening. Again, comparative, current period, prior period, and all that information, and then we see where everything's happening up here from the purchasing side as well. Okay, so the next couple of reports we get into the financial side. Okay, and these financials are just amazing because it's giving you the true out-of-the-box financials where you just have to import these reports and make sure GL account categories are configured, and then these reports just run for you. So let's take a look at these next couple of financials. So a big thing we're looking at here is the fully qualified accounts. So if we go in here, we're going to go ahead and look at the detailed trial balance and talk about the concept of the fully qualified account. So fully qualified accounts is the GL account, Global DM1, and Global Dimension 2. So in this case of our demo data, we have our GL accounts, then department and project. And so it's all fully qualified throughout the whole report. And so now we see account 11200. Our cash account, there's nothing posted to these, and so here's all the activity that happened in that time period and has the running balance and then the net change of what happened in that period. And then we see we start getting some that have dimensions, and down below here we get some that have projects as we go down the list. Now that is the concept of the fully qualified accounts, and it breaks it out and gives you the detail you need to look at your transactions and see how they're happening from a financial side. Okay, so the last one we're going to look at here is our financial reports. And the main part about this we want to point out is the use of the GL account categories and types. This was a new modification that we added. And if we look at our chart of accounts, typically in the chart of accounts, the GL accounts aren't categorized, so you really know, hey, what does this GL account actually belong to, and what kind of report can we put it on. So to give out-of-the-box financials, we added this GL account category, and if we look at these categories, these can all be set up by the user. You guys can customize this however you want with the Pivotier Express, and so by doing all this, you can categorize them by type. These are all the different types you can assign, and by assigning these types, what you then do is you take one of the Pivotier Express Plus reports, once those types are assigned, and then, for example, we look at this balance sheet. Well, it already knows what types are included in a balance sheet report. Then I can go ahead and just run this report out of the box. I get all these financial statements, and again, they're not just basic financials because we added the visualization aspect into them. So when I look at this balance sheet, I see just real quick what my asset mix is up here, and then I got some key KPI indicators that I can look at and just take a brief look to see, okay, from a balance sheet perspective, how are we doing within the business. Now, the totaling here, down here, comes from those GL account categories, and it automatically totals based on those GL account categories that you have set up, and it automatically formats and totals them and does everything you need to do. So again, it gives you out-of-the-box financials and gives you the very power and the flexibility you need. And what's great about these Pivotier Express Plus reports, and I can't stress this enough, is all you have to do is import the reports in. They're there, and you just run them. You don't have to go develop them, anything like that. They're all there. We've added all the visualization, all the latest features, and you're going to see that we use the latest Microsoft features to enable, as we say here, the charts, gauges, data bars, spark lines, and indicators to give you the visualization and bring your reports to life and allow you to make better business decisions within your organization. So let's talk about release and setup information. Okay, this is really important because you're going to have questions now on Pivotier Express Plus. You're going to say, hey, that looks great. I got additional questions. So I would invite you to go out to our website. If you go out to pivotier.com, click on Products, and then Pivotier Express Plus. And then here, I just want to point you to the quick links 7 and 8, because this is going to give you a lot of information on Pivotier Express Plus. We got a fact sheet that explains Pivotier Express Plus, lists out all the reports, that the starting reports we're going to put out in the initial release. And then we have an FAQ document that has all the common questions that is coming up around the Pivotier Express Plus product. So out here you can get a lot of great information and updates for what you need within the Pivotier, about Pivotier Express Plus. And just a couple notes here we're going to look at. Pivotier Express Plus requires Pivotier version 1.5. So if you're on an older version of Pivotier today, if you purchase an Express Plus product, you'll just have to apply the objects to update to the 1.5 version of Pivotier, and then you'll be able to run these reports. We're going to provide a setup wizard that'll help you get this installed quick and easy and be able to start running those reports and get the benefit right out of the box from the Pivotier Express Plus. As you saw, you will have to configure your GL account categories to categorize your GL accounts so those financial statements work right out of the box for you. Now, let's say you have Pivotier Express Plus, you love the report, but you want to make a slight modification or something to it. Well, if you already own the Pivotier Biz or IT product, very easy, you can just go ahead and do it. If not, you can go ahead and purchase the Pivotier Biz product, and then you will be able to make modifications to those reports that fall into that correct area. If you want help doing that, Centerline, we have support packs that we sell as well on top of that we will come in and help you make those modifications to those reports, and we can assist you with that modification. And as Jay said, we do have the iPad application of Pivotier to Go coming out soon. As soon as we get this out and released, we're going to finish up the Pivotier to Go product. Basically, it's a Pivotier on your iPad for you. Okay, Jay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to you so you can go ahead and just kind of wrap up and highlight real quick what we just saw.
Okay, great. So as Ron mentioned, for folks who are not using Pivotier today and you just want to buy the reports, you buy Pivotier Express Plus, you install it, do some minor setup, and then you can run all the reports that we're shipping with this release. If you are an existing Pivotier user or you decide to buy other Pivotier tool components with your Express Plus purchase, then you'll be on version 1.5, and in version 1.5 we've added some new features. Obviously we talked about report categories and GL account categories, but we've added a bunch of standard business queries that let you start building reports right away without getting spun up in defining new queries. And we've added a new report type, so I'm going to have Ron quickly show you the queries, some examples, as well as how the new analysis report makes your ad hoc reporting even more powerful than you had before with Pivotier Biz.
Exactly. So as Jay talked about, with the new 1.5 release, we're going to release in all these queries. And so what's really nice is we've taken all the standard areas modules, and we've expanded out the queries to give you a lot more power and all that information. So we have about 30 plus queries out here, And if we take a look at the queries like this customer query, we brought in all the common tables and linked them in automatically for you. And all these queries are pre-built, and you can just install them and then start using them right away. And the other thing Jay talked about is the analysis type report. This is what we use to create this dashboard report. The great thing about the analysis report is it gives you the ability to pull data from multiple areas. Okay, so it's not just one query. I can pull data from multiple areas and then put it on there. So if we take a look at this customer revenue visualization chart, we're looking here that all this information is right out here, and we now support all these different chart types. So we've gone and expanded these out. I can scroll down through some of these, and we'll see all the different chart types that we put out there now that you can get access to and have out there and start creating these dashboards. Or with Pivotier Express, we've already created them for you. Just bring it in and you use them.
Okay, excellent, Ron. So we're really excited because we're completing the vision of what we set out to do a couple of years back with Pivotier, which is to give sophisticated reporting power, the latest modern Microsoft technologies, and make it easy not just for technical people in the organization, but also non-technical people to get at their data and get it in a visual, modern manner. So if we now move on, we can wrap up the session here. The FAQ has all this pricing, release information. What the FAQ will not cover is we're offering discounts for existing Pivotier customers. Obviously, we respect the loyalty of our existing customers. For existing customers, we want to drop that price by 33% if you pre-order Pivotier Express Plus by the end of this month. But regardless, still a significant discount if you order by Christmas, basically. That allows us to wrap up the year. For brand new customers who've never owned Pivotier before, we want to give them an incentive to purchase Pivotier Express Plus and really stir up and make your NAV implementation way more exciting and use all that power to get information out. And maintenance is going to be 16% of the pre-discount list price in all cases. The benefits for customers, so I've used NAV or Navision to run every business I've had since 1997, so I love the product. Obviously, have had a lot of benefit being able to customize it, do very specialized things. But to me, the ability to produce modern, colorful reports was something I lacked and wished I had. So now we deliver that. And then just the pervasiveness of how you can share this report information. You can integrate with SSRS, which you already own if you bought Microsoft SQL Server. You can share these reports via the web with everybody in your organization without paying a ton of money for user licenses. You can share this information via PDF, Word, Excel, and mail. And really, the key thing is that once you bought Microsoft SQL Server, you bought versions of Visual Studio, you bought this technology, you bought SQL Server reporting services. So we hope that your investment in Microsoft Server technologies is going to reap you additional returns by using Pivotier. And for partners, obviously, we hope that they'll happily share this with lots of their existing customers and help us improve the reporting performance in the vision worldwide. So we thank you for joining us. We're right at 30 minutes, so we nailed it on the dot. Again, if you have questions or you have follow-up issues, please email sales@pivotier.com. Go to our website at pivotier.com and look at our fact sheet and FAQ. We will have more information on content coming within a week to 10 days, including a report package with samples, so you can peruse what all the other reports are going to look like. But hopefully we've given you a highlight of the advancements we're making in report technology for Microsoft Dynamics NAV. And we hope our existing customers to get happier and our new customers to join us and continue the march towards greater reporting. Thank you very much for joining us.